Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Adobe Live. Very excited today to be joined by Holly Rose Stones. Today, we are going to be going over some really cool practical artistry and AI, and we're going to be reimagining a 2017 self portrait. Paint your thoughts for today's creative era. We're going to go behind the scenes as Holly brings her vision to life from concepting in Firefly Boards to blending real paint effects with Photoshop's newest AI tools, including Generative Fill. How is it going? Oh, your
Are
face.
we? Are
There
we
you
here?
go. Yeah,
Oh,
we're good. No,
uh,
you're good.
I'm here.
I
I'm
I had
behind the
moved
screen.
the screen to be able to read your write up, and I accidentally
Oh,
hid the talent.
I'm here.
Um,
I'm back. I'm good. How are you? I'm really good to be excited to be here. I'm excited to do this one today because it's quite nostalgic. This edit for me. It's from well, I think I shot it like 9 years ago. So yeah, 2017.
don't say that. That's
Um,
so wild to
I
me.
know. I know. I know. When I was
um,
looking back at the video, which I'll show you all today, I was like, wow, I look so young.
well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to actually share your screen so
Yes.
they can see what we're talking about here.
Yes.
And this is a color exploration
Yes.
that you did back in 2017. Where did you
Yes.
shoot this? Did you rent out a studio space?
So I shot well, no, I have my own studio. So I work from a studio which is on in my house, and I create. Well, I've been shooting in there for about 5 years now. So I create a. So I'm best known for the color project, which I started about 4 years ago. So this is kind of the color project in its whole entirety. I am currently working through the red project, which kind of this entire. Well, you'll see in a moment, but this kind of ties into that as well. So I obviously shoot the color project, but I also shoot a lot of portraiture as well. And I've been doing this for years. I've been shooting myself for about 15 years now. So here's a few, just a bit of background of what I create. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just going to jump straight into it because I'm really excited to tell you. And all day I've just been like, I just can't wait.
All right.
So
Well, right before you do that, though,
yeah,
I do want to say a quick hello to everyone that's in the chat since this is a live stream.
hello
Although
everyone.
promise to make this worth your while if you're watching the replay. We've got They Are Creative, friends of yours, I know.
Yes, they are.
Um,
Hello.
John Garr just says mom, which
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're being called mom or what's going
Yeah.
on there. Then we have Oliver and Sean, Cody. Thank you guys for being here. Also, hello
Yeah,
to
thank
Brittany
you.
and Raj. Good to have you guys here. If you have
Thank
questions
you.
as we go through this, please
Yes.
throw them in the chat. Comments, I will throw them all over to Holly. Um,
Yes. Cool.
but
Thank you for being here, everyone. And I think, yeah, I'm excited to show you what I'm going to do today because I do a lot of practical effects. I think today's live stream, I want to talk more about how I intertwine the practical effects in the studio to using AI and like using the creator landscape now with all the AI tools. So we'll just dive straight in. I created this image. So this is an image that I named Paint Your Thoughts. So I'm on Firefly Boards currently, and I do a lot of conceptualizing on here. So for today's stream, I was like, I'm just going to put all my thoughts down onto this board. So yeah, this is the painting well, it's not a painting.
it
It's
is a
a
painting. You painted
yeah, I
yourself,
suppose it
right?
is. So this is an artwork that I created in 2017. And this is actually shot outside in the middle of January. It was freezing cold.
It's a
And
choice.
yeah, and I shot it all practically. And this was obviously edited in Photoshop after. And this is me, little me here. And I'm not going to play the whole video. Let me just turn that down because I feel like the voice. But so this is me creating the artwork. I'm just going to zoom to the bit that I actually create it.
Yeah, how did you
But I
get the
actually went
paint?
back to this video. I'll actually explain that in a moment to sort of work out how I shot it, so how I
Yeah.
remembered to shoot it. But let me just get, so this was outside here, and my partner Jack, he helped me shoot this, and I shot all the things practically, so everything, all the paint and everything with the artwork. I wore a bin bag like I did this time, and I pretty much put paint on my
Oh my
head
God.
outside. And this was it.
In the
Me putting the
freezing
paint on
cold
my head. You can actually
January.
go watch this. This is on YouTube.
Oh
So
goodness.
yeah, I thought about creating it again, and I wanted to create it again in the studio because I've all my work is basically based in the studio now, and I just like to have a bit more control over lighting and everything. So I took a bit of the the image from 2017, and I put a red background on it because I fancied a bit of a change this time. Um, and I quite like a red backdrop at the moment because I'm obviously shooting the red project or creating the red project. Then I just played around with Firefly and just created some, just for a bit of inspiration of like what I wanted the red paintbrush to look like and everything. And then obviously I went into the studio and this is me, which
Oh
you can
no.
go
Oh
watch these on
goodness.
Instagram and TikTok. Um, but I shot this practically again in the studio. And like I said earlier, I went back to that YouTube video and just worked out how I shot it so that I could just shoot it again like that. And it was quite a fun time. It
Right
wasn't as
back
cold
to
in
the
the studio,
bag.
which was great.
Yeah, that's definitely
But
a
yeah,
perk.
it ended up a little bit messy, as you can see here.
Oh goodness.
But I love to shoot practically because I just think it's so much fun. I love that part of shooting and creating. So this is some of the images from raw images. Um, and I decided that I was gonna, because this time, for some reason, I think it might have been because it was a little bit warmer, the paint was much runnier. So it ran down
Hmm.
my face very quickly. And hence why I've got like a big red splodge here because I had to wipe it off quickly. And I thought, how am I going to edit this in Photoshop? And I was like, oh, I'm panicking, but I just thought I'm just going to go with the flow. And it did obviously drip all over the studio pretty much.
Yeah.
So here is the 2025 version, and this is obviously the 2017 version. So I'm going to show you how I created this today in Photoshop, and then I'm going to show how I created this short video. Let me go back. Oh,
Ooh,
I'll
that's so
just wait
cool. It
for it
even
to start
closes
again.
the
Okay.
eyes.
So
That's
this
pretty
is
cool.
created within Firefly Boards using the AI integrations, which I'll show you in a little bit.
Yeah, Data Creative is saying we
So
can't wait to see how you use AI as a tool to
in
make your
fact, let's not go
creativity
down
even
there
more
just yet. We'll
awesome.
head to Photoshop where I'll open the image. So this is the image. Oh, this happened last time. My Wacom tablet just stopped working.
Oh no, it said I'm gonna go
That's
to sleep.
oh no, it's back. Is it back? Yeah, it's
It
back.
says the touch is
Okay,
off, so at least that turned off. Yeah.
so
Do you ever use the
let
touch tools
me
on your Wacom? I feel like I never do. I
head
always
to
use the
here.
stylus, but I never use. Um,
So this was, oops, we'll take that one off as well. So this is the original image. Oh, Ryan, are you still there?
yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Hello. You can't hear me. Oh no. Okay. All right.
Ryan, I can't hear you.
Uh, okay. We are. Let's
Okay,
see.
I'm gonna just keep
Maybe.
going.
Oh, I know why.
So we
Because you turned your
are
volume
on
down.
the base
Remember?
image. So I created this using this image here.
You turned your volume down when
Hello?
you didn't want to show the video. Remember?
I can't
You
hear
turned your
you.
volume. Your volume. Your volume, Holly. Turn up the volume.
Hello.
Remember? Remember you turned the volume down? Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, because you turned the volume down.
I'm howling. I could just see you in the little corner going,
Yeah.
turn the volume up. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry about that.
I had said a few things to the side, and you kind of just didn't acknowledge them, and I was like, she
I
must just
am
be really
so
focused on her
sorry.
progress.
I'm so sorry. I thought I
No,
would.
you're
Oh,
totally fine.
we're back. We're back, everyone. I am silly. I just turned the volume down. I turned the volume down thinking it would turn the volume down of the. I should have just muted the
Yep, of the
video.
video. Yep,
Okay,
yep,
I
yep.
apologize. I wasn't ignoring you at all.
No,
I
you're
just couldn't
totally
hear.
good. You're totally good. People
That's
are
what you
laughing in
get
the
for
chat,
live
so it's
streaming. I'm
funny.
so okay. I'm gonna
um,
compose myself.
okay, well, you
Right.
did great.
Okay.
I was like the
Okay.
worst host ever in your eyes, and you're like, this guy is not talking at all. I just have to carry
And
this
I
whole
was
stream by
like,
myself.
yeah. I was like, right. Is it me? Is it you? Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
But you
We're
got your
back.
Wacom
We're
working,
back.
which is good. I
Yes.
was
Yeah.
asking, do you ever use the
Yes.
touch tools, or do you mostly just use the stylus? I
No.
feel like I
So
only
it's
ever
just
use the
this.
stylus.
Yeah, so it's just the stylus that, yeah, I sometimes catch it with my hand and I'm like, oops, what was that?
Yeah.
And then it changes the thing and I'm like, no, I can't use it. So I pretty much just, but I don't know why it sometimes just says touch off for some reason. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like connected differently. I don't know. But yeah, apologies. I feel like whatever you asked me then,
Oh no,
yeah.
absolutely. It looks great.
Okay.
It sounds like it was really cold. when you were shooting it. Makes sense that it congealed more when it was cold outside.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, it was a lot,
but
yeah, a lot colder. So yeah, so anyway, I was in the studio, obviously, let me just go back to that. And I realized that obviously from the raw images, I was like, I can't use my face with the red, um, yeah, like splodge. So I was like, I'm gonna have
mhm.
to choose one that I've shot previously because I made sure to shoot like a base image. So yeah, so I basically took an image of myself before, just knowing that I was probably going to use something like, or at least composite it in. So
Mhm.
here is the image that I created well, as a base image. And then I went on to some of the, so this was actually one of the very first shots, I think, of with the
Right.
paint on. And I pretty much just took the paint from this side and copied it on top of
Oh,
the
wow.
head there. And obviously it took a little bit of just compositing. So pretty
Hmm.
much, if I just went on,
But kind of creepy how I know it was from the same camera angle and same setup, but it's kind of creepy how
it just didn't
seamlessly it kind of
quite sit.
just
Yeah,
sat there.
I know. I quite like it because obviously shot with all the same like lighting and everything. So
And I know for the 2017 version, you mentioned
yes,
your partner helped photograph. Is your partner also in the creative
he's
industry?
not.
Oh,
He
great.
does, yeah. So he is an electrician actually.
Wow. Okay.
So completely not in this industry, but I've taught him how to do. Well, he pretty much just pushes the button for me, but he does do a
Right.
lot of like, yeah, help
So
around
then when
shooting
you
and
hopped back in this time for the second shoot, did you work with
yes,
like a different assistant, or did he come back
he
to
came
redo his
back.
thing? Wow,
Yeah,
he
he
said, "I
came
was in it the
back.
first time.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
he
be in it the
knew.
second time."
Yeah, he knew exactly what to do. So I was like,
Yeah.
"You're just gonna come and help me again."
Oh, that's
So
brilliant.
yeah, it was really fun. We had actually, it was quite nostalgic because we was like, oh, do you remember last time when we did this? And it was really, and we had like a nice little like reminisce of
Oh,
like
that's
the actual
wonderful.
first shoot. And it was our old house that we don't own anymore, and like so that was quite nice
Hmm.
because also we got to reminisce about that.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah. So so
I
I'd
I
pretty
just
much
can't
just
believe that you just had so much paint in your hair.
I
It's
know, and it did
just
dye my hair for a little bit as well. It did for a few days, and then I had to wash it a few times, and it came out. Last time it didn't dye my hair, so I was a bit like, oh, I'm not sure what's
it's
happened
just a
here
nice little
this
surprise. I
time.
mean, you are blonder this time, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah, so actually, it
Yeah, so
probably
probably
yeah,
would
the
have been.
lighter bits probably picked it up.
So welcome Sandra
So
into the stream. We are just going over some really cool shoots that Holly did in the past with this cool red. Well, this isn't the red project. This was just you did
no,
red
it's
because
sort
you're
of
also
just
doing the red
yeah.
project.
I just kind of like to, I mean, this time round when I've been doing the color project, I've been doing sort of like mini projects in between with the same color, and I've been really enjoying like, because I've obviously creating all the props, and if you head to my Instagram, you'll see that I'm creating these giant drips. So this kind of
Hmm.
sort of goes along with that vibe as well, like the same, yeah, like theme, I suppose. So I kind
Where
of,
can people find you on Instagram? What's your
it's
handle?
Holly Rose Stones, just
Holly
all
Rose
one
Stones.
word. Yeah.
Plural stones. We talked about this right before we went
Stone,
live.
yeah. Yeah. So pretty much just went round and just took off a little bit of the paint from each of the heads and
Hmm.
added it on. And
Now, would you
I
say red is your
layered it
favorite
like
color?
I think it is, you know. I
You
think
think
I've
it is?
been really enjoying. I think because this one has like stimulated quite a few of like new portraits this year.
Hmm.
I think I've just been enjoying using the color red. I think when I was younger, I used to really enjoy red. Um,
Yeah, it's just so
but yeah,
vibrant. I feel like
yeah,
sometimes it can be really hard to photograph, and then other times it can just work really well. So it's kind of always a toss up.
yeah.
Um,
So.
and thank you, Cody, for putting the link in the chat for everyone to be able to check out Holly's Instagram. What do you normally shoot on? Are you shooting on Canon, Nikon, not Nikon, listen to me, Sony? What do you like to
Sony,
shoot?
yeah. So I
Yeah,
shoot on
Sony.
a Sony A7 IV.
Okay.
Because I also shoot I shoot video with it as well. So it's kind of a nice round camera for that kind of thing. I do want something that's maybe a bit higher megapixels because of the sort of like nature of the work now.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a really nice camera. I really like shooting with Sony. It's good for what I like. I suppose colors as well.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy the colors. So I ended up bringing, let's just head back to this or like, so I pretty much shot, in fact, you'll see it there. So I shot the paintbrush with obviously the red paint. And I did this last time with a paper plate, I think. So I was like, I'll just do it again, and it's easy.
Hmm.
And I found this much easier to shoot with this time. I found it really interesting to
Like
like,
the paint was, or
yeah, I just found it like I don't know. And I used a different color paintbrush, and that felt a bit different. It just was really like easy to do, and it was like straightforward. Like last time I found it was quite hard, like obviously because I didn't do it, not done it before. So,
well, I hope you're
but
prepared to
yeah,
do this again in another 9 years because you're really setting yourself up for
I
some
think I
sort of
might do.
tradition here. um, and then I
So,
know we're not going to touch on it today, but I am just interested because it is on screen.
yeah,
This Beauty Retouch V
yes.
4.2, is it a plugin that you bought that you use for your photography retouching?
Yes, so I bought that because I wanted something quick and easy that I could just press
Hmm.
to do retouching. I found it really tedious making an action, and obviously you can buy actions and put them in, but the plugin just seemed like the best fit for what I wanted.
Hmm.
And I do a lot of beauty retouching as well, like shoot beauty as well. So that was like I suppose that kind of like the thing that I thought would be like worth buying for
Worth
that.
the investment for it.
Yeah, worth the investment.
Oh, great.
It's just a plugin from Retouching Academy.
Great. All right. Well, if you
Let
guys
me
want to
zoom
check
in a
that
little
out,
bit.
check out Retouching Academy. Obviously, you know, just with your own grain of salt as far as
Yeah.
not an Adobe endorsement, just Ryan and Holly
No,
talking.
yeah. I know sometimes I'm a bit like, should I hide that?
No, not at all, not at all. We love to see people's authentic workflows. It's also
Yeah.
what's cool about Photoshop is like you can download and buy all different types of plugins, actions, scripts.
Yes, that is,
Yeah,
yeah, good point
it's
actually.
it's a feature,
I think
not a
that's,
bug.
yeah. So just gonna switch back to the other one because, so this is the base layer. So I actually used, let me show you what I did with the background with the generative fill. So pretty much just selected this bit. And this is what I do for every shoot that I do in the studio because a lot of the time, not for for some reason I'd got it quite like in the frame, but most
Mhm.
of the time you can see the background of my studio. Um, so I end up just generating using just the Firefly Image 3 model
It
to
is
create
nice
the
that we don't
background.
have to worry about having like those giant reams of paper as much anymore. Like now you can just
Yeah,
kind of have the smaller ones that you can store away. You don't
yeah,
have to have ones that, are, you know, 4 yards
yeah.
wide or whatever.
Exactly. I think I absolutely love using this tool for this. And I also, if I just go onto one, I also use for backgrounds because obviously with generating images, generating like big areas, sometimes the quality, to be fair, is done pretty well on this, but you can see a slight difference in quality. I'm not sure if you can see it on your screens, but there's obviously a bit more grainier, whereas that's a little bit blurred. So what I
Hmm.
do is I pretty much just use the generative upscale, which if you go to the variations tab over here, click on the one that you want and then click the generative upscale, which is this little button.
And you get to
And
literally
then,
say enhance, just
yeah,
like
it
we're
does
on like a
say,
TV show.
oh, it is enhanced. Yeah, generative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So it just makes it a bit more seamless. And I do actually go in and smooth all my backgrounds when I do my retouching. Um, because I just like a real smooth background.
Right.
So I'm gonna just go back to this. So head here. So if we just move this up, I've color coordinated my layers. And I think I said this in
That's
another live
impressive in
where,
itself.
yeah, I don't usually do this, but I think
No, no, don't tell
last,
people that. Don't tell
no,
people
I
that.
know. I told people last time. Last time I was like, yeah, I don't usually do this. But for this time, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it again. And I've actually really, really been enjoying seeing where everything sits
Hmm.
within a color. So, yeah. So if I just go around here. So I pretty much just built up the head and this made me laugh because this little tuft of hair just didn't disappear at all.
That's so funny.
But it was fine because I was like, I'm just going to put the paintbrush on it anyway. So I use a lot of generative fill here. So like here, I if I
It's
just
like
generate
gory
and
almost. It's like upsetting.
yeah,
Looks like you had some head trauma.
I know, I think that's why, because later on I'll tell you all that when I was creating the videos, it wasn't quite doing it
Hmm.
justice. And I think that's because of, oh, it's just put it above. Oh, let's start do that one again. But yeah, I think it might think that this is blood or yeah.
Which obviously there's like some safety parameters that way people aren't
Yes,
generating
which
really
is
awful things.
yeah, which
Um,
we don't want that at all. And I
but
agree with
also
that. But
funny when you're like, no, I
yeah,
promise it's paint.
no,
I
this is
promise.
pain. It's definitely pain. So I just
Oh, nice.
went
Smooth out.
around and just kind of smoothed out a little bit of the areas.
That's
That
cool.
was actually the one. And then, and oh, actually, a bit too far. I'm going to do that for you. So the drips on my head, I was a little bit disappointed with, to be honest. I was like, oh, I wish I could do it
Wait, why
again. And
so?
then I think because of if I go back to the other one, I was really happy with the way that all these drips.
Hmm.
This was actually quite in camera, I think most of it. I think I might
Yeah.
have added this bit in the hair, the like little drip on the hair, and obviously the back bit. But I loved like how many drips were on my face here. Whereas
Yeah.
this one, it was a little bit too bare. It felt like a little bit like a hat, and I was like, oh, that's not the vibe that I was going for.
Right.
So I ended up adding it in a drip, and this is what I absolutely love about Photoshop and obviously using generative AI is that you can add in the little extra bits that are just going to satisfy that creative urge.
Yep.
So if I let's see if this works this time because I think it took me a few times. Red paint drip, and I like to just use really simple prompts.
Okay.
Let's see what this does. Do have the original drip, which I can show you. I can go through obviously the three different. I think I did three or maybe six different variations.
I thought you were gonna say four. You went from three to six.
I know. Well, three to
You're
six
like,
is because it's
yeah.
usually just three and then three. Oh, that's
Right.
not too bad.
Oh, cute. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I like that one. That one's cool.
By the way, they are
Now I'm
creative
gonna do.
are in the chat saying it feels like it all went up a level between shoot one and shoot two. So
Yeah, I feel
yeah,
like I upgraded, but then it has been 9 years, hasn't it? I
it's
feel
been a
like I've
while,
learned
right?
a few things since then.
Right. It would be kind of
And
concerning if
obviously,
it hadn't at all, right? If it
yeah.
was exactly the same, you'd be like, "What have I been doing for 9 years?"
So that was the drip. I think is it that one? That one that I picked, and I absolutely
Hmm.
loved. So I absolutely loved the way that this picked up this like highlight. So this is the original highlight, and then
Hmm.
here on this part here, that is obviously where it picked up the highlight, and I was like, I love how it's matched this drip and this drip. Let me have
Yep.
a look through. Actually, I don't think I think I maybe flatten the layer potentially, so I don't have the very. Oh, I do.
Oh, there it
Okay.
is. Oh, nice little
So
variants.
there was that one. That one didn't do anything. I think this was too chunky.
Yes, too
I was
plump,
too small. Yeah,
like
that one was a
Goldilocks over
little,
here.
yeah, a little bit too fake, that one, I think. And that one, I was
Yeah,
like, it just
the
felt right.
fakes.
I think that's what I like about doing the generative like fill is that you can go again. And a lot of the times I actually click on the little three dots here and just put generate similar. And so it'll always, I think that's what I did with maybe this one or I can't remember. But yeah,
Right.
basically, I like to generate similar results. So after that, let's just add all this in. I did generate a few here, so we'll do this one. So I just got the lasso tool and then
Also,
said
so interesting to
red.
see. You have your tools on the right hand side because you're using
Yes,
your tablet and you're not going across. I've never thought to do that,
exactly
which I
that.
feel silly.
Do you know what? I didn't do that for years. And then there was one time I was like, I think I might have been watching someone who had it on the right, and I was like, that makes way more sense. Because
Yeah.
the amount of times I'm trying to like go across,
Yep.
and then yeah, it was just too far. Whereas here, I find it easier. In fact, I'm just gonna put this in a little bit so I can go in.
That
Yeah,
way you can
that actually that's
consolidate.
way better. Oh yeah, look at what it's done there. So sometimes it's hit and miss, isn't it, with the generative fill. But
Of
when you
course.
use I've been using Nano Banana in the beta,
Hmm.
Obviously, this is the final one,
Wow,
but
that's
you
great.
can
Like the drip
use,
on the cheek.
yeah, well, that is actually real, but I did generate it a little bit. In fact, let me go
Oh
back. I'm
yeah.
getting ahead of myself. Getting ahead of myself. So if I just go on to the original one, yeah. So I settled on these two little drips, and I really loved how it was two. Um, so these were
Ooh.
the other variations.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
I'm here for that.
so yeah, I quite liked how my hair was peeking through on this one. So that's why
Yeah,
I went for that. And then I was
it's
quite
woven
happy.
in.
Yeah, I was quite happy with the rest of the drip, the
Hmm.
way that I'd like put it in. So I think actually, yeah, I pretty much just took that in a little bit with a fill layer, and then I was happy. Then it was time to obviously put the paintbrush in,
Oh,
and I
here it
laid it
comes.
on top. Here it comes. So where's the paintbrush there? Yeah, so I loved this part of the image, obviously with the oh, I forgot how to show the whole image. Let me show the whole image. Yeah, so just how this light picked up, and I really wanted to include that. That's actually why I picked this image, because I was like, love how the light is like picking up the different tones of the red.
Wait, can we also do a little nail feature right there, real quick? Oh, on the
Nail.
picture too.
Where? Where is
On
it?
the one that you just had.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did do it with
yeah.
the drips.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
see?
it's
Oh
these
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's
yeah. Look at
actually
that. Look
these
at that
ones.
foam. That's cool. It's got little sparkles on it. Very
So,
fun. Very nice.
yeah, I did before this. I did actually have little drips on my fingers, but it was like
Uh-huh.
Halloween time, so I thought
Oh, cool.
it looked a little bit like blood.
It
Um,
matches.
yeah, I quite like to match the red. In fact, I think red is my favorite color at the moment because I'm loving using it. And
You're
it's
living in
Christmas,
it,
isn't
so
it?
you have to, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so I added back in the paintbrush and the handle. I used this handle here. So
Okay.
I just
It's got
added
some nice
in.
reflections on it.
Yeah, and when I was, this is the, so obviously I'd need to just take off this bit, but I just
Hmm.
added in that just to take away because when I was well, I was filling this little bit, it wasn't quite getting the smooth line. So I thought, I know I've got an
Right.
image with the handle, so I just edited that on top.
And yeah,
Um,
my experience has always been like it's still a nice mixture of compositing with then AI being able to like complement rather than
exactly.
just
This is,
like
yeah, I
yeah,
think that's kind of like what I promote at the moment is that I enjoy using AI because it feels seamless within my editing process, but it doesn't feel like it's taken over my editing process. It just
right,
adds those extra little bits of what I need from it. Like an extra drip that wasn't there, but it
right.
could have been there, but it wasn't there because of the practical effects not being easy enough to reshoot that on that day kind of thing, which is why I
Certainly.
like the AI side of editing.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I added in the face strip, which was from, um, yeah, you can see where pretty much just went everywhere, the paint.
Did
Here
I
we go.
get it? Did you
Yeah.
put down tarp as well?
Yes, I did put some on the
Okay, put down
floor.
tarp. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and when I went into the shower and got, well, I pretty much just, I mean, wiped it all off, but I put the bin bag over my head and walked in the house because I was like, don't get it anywhere.
Just
But
bag over the head.
I loved this drip here.
Hmm.
So, and it was a little bit too far down my face there, but I loved the colours, like the way that the light and the shine in it sort of highlighted it. So I
Right.
added this face strip in, but I made it a little bit bigger. And because the original one, I knew that I wanted to add in a little, if go back to this one. This was actually a little drip on my face.
Hmm.
Because back then I didn't have AI, so I didn't obviously didn't AI this in.
Yeah.
Um, but I loved how it had this little dot here and then the big drip.
Hmm.
I kind of wanted to recreate that. And then when I saw that I'd created one with like a dot and then a big drip, I was like, oh, I'm going to use that again.
Funny how that like the similarity without even noticing it at first is kind
Yeah.
of astounding.
Yeah, I know. And I think that's kind of like what I look for. I like to look for little things that are especially when recreating an image, because I've done a few different ones where I've recreated, but added in an extra sort of my style now.
Right.
But I know that it's like a nod to the old one. Um,
Drew
but
is saying
yes,
crazy fun. Which, yeah, it seems like a very fun shoot. And it seems like also just across your work, you tend to have fun with the
yeah,
things that
I
you're
think that's
creating.
definitely what I aim. A lot of my work has undertones of how I'm feeling and things like that, but I like to make the overall outcome fun because it makes me happy when I'm creating it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, yeah. I
And if
always
you
go
guys
into
are
a shoot with fun in mind.
Yeah. If you guys are joining us, we're about halfway through our show right now. We are joined by Holly Rose Stones, and we are checking out ways that she is elevating her personal photo shoot of a recreation she made of something 9 years ago, and is now reapproaching it again now with being able to go in with 9 years of skill now, as well
Yes.
as being able to revisit certain elements with generative fill and then compositing to get the image that she wants. So if you have any questions
Yeah.
for her, please throw them in the chat, and I will pass them along. Young Palace is also given hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate the comments.
Thank you. Yeah, so I added in the face drip, which obviously, to be honest, didn't need much work. And I did go in with the generative AI and like went around a little bit and just took on, um, so I kind of like circled some areas. If I just had a look actually, where is it?
Just selective kind of
Yeah, and just
editing.
added in, but I did end up adding in a little bit of the sort of like the, oh, hang on, that one. A bit of the shadow myself because and it felt
Mm-hmm.
a little bit nostalgic because I don't do this as often anymore because of the capabilities of how I edit now with obviously the AI and the generative fill. That
Right.
usually adds in the shadow quite well, or the harmonize tool. Um, that has been a game changer for me. But so when I was editing the shadow, I was like, oh, it feels like I'm going back to like that time that I edited that image. And also,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it now, that image, the original image, I edited in about, I think it was about 20 hours it took me to edit that.
Wow.
Whereas this one, I think took me about 2.5 to 3
Wow.
hours. So
Is
it
that kind
shows
of
you how
standard now? Is about like
quick.
2 hours or
Yeah, I
so?
think for the color projects, it can take me, I usually end up spending about 8 hours on each of them because it just
Yeah.
feels better to get everything like, but with this, I felt like I'd already nailed it by that point. So it didn't need much more of it.
Yeah.
Um, Yes, so then I cleared up some of the, if you can see here, so the fill here. I just went round and cleared up some of the imperfections. So this bit here, oh, that bit, I didn't quite like what was going on there. So I just circled that and filled that. And it just smoothed the edge a little bit, made it look a little bit more realistic. Whereas in the past, I probably would have clone stamped this a bit and just played around with it. This actually just fixed it in like 3 seconds. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, my days of using the clone tool and the pattern stamp.
Yeah,
Oh
just
man.
not.
Whew.
Yeah,
Don't miss those days.
I do still quite like, I know, obviously you can remove backgrounds and things like that now with the, so if I just go back to that, you can obviously use the t taskbar to remove the backgrounds.
Yep.
Even that, I quite like to remove a background myself sometimes and like just spend some time like coloring in like where I need, obviously on the mask.
Right.
Um,
There's something meditative to it for sure.
yeah, exactly. So then I'm not going to go too much into how I retouched this because it was a long process because I really want to talk about the Firefly video,
Of course.
um, and how I created the video, and I'll show you that again in a second. So retouch again, yeah, like you said, I use this Retouching Academy. So I pretty much just go on the frequency separation, and I like my skin to look almost porcelain. I feel like for me, I'm not meaning it to look real. I like it to look almost like fake, um,
Hmm.
in like more of a, yeah. I don't know how to explain it. It's more of the style that I like.
Yeah, it's
Um,
almost like toy
it's just
photography, like
yeah.
plastic, kind
I
of.
like it to look fake.
Yeah.
So I ended up retouching that and just smoothing out all of like the tones and everything, and then color, and then obviously this was in fact, as you can see here, I've got the 2017 version, so I actually overlaid this a lot of the time during this process and turned
Yep.
down the opacity so that I could almost line them up, sort of,
Hmm.
just because I wanted it to be central and feel the same, but
Yeah.
obviously different. And every time I edit as well, I always have my base layer up the top so that I can do it before and after. And it just resets my brain. Sometimes when I'm a bit creatively stuck on an image, I always have the base image there and I'll just turn it on and then turn it off and then it sends me back into like I don't yeah, it just resets my brain.
Sweet.
Um so
We have Tim
let's
joining us in the YouTube chat saying more red project. Love to see
more
it.
red project. Yay. Hi Tim. But yeah, so we'll go over to Photoshop Beta because I wanted to just talk about a little bit more about the integration of the um, Nano Banana
Okay.
and how I've been using it a little bit. I'm just going to really briefly talk about this, but I did want to just add in a few different things here. Maybe add in a few drips on my shoulders because when I was creating this, um, I was imagining this red paint dripping. Um, and I was thinking, I bet I could like sort of create the AI version of this with it dripping. So I'll
Right.
have a look at red drips of paint. And this is new, the Pro, the Nano Banana Pro.
Yeah, this came out like within the last like 7 days.
Yeah. And so if I just click generate, let's see what happens. I've not actually done this. This is the first time I've done the drips on the shoulders. I did it
All
on the
right.
boards on it with the video. So we'll see. We're learning together. I mean, I've used Nano Banana obviously before, but not
No,
with
for
this
sure,
image.
but not in this specific use case.
Yeah. So
So close, so
let's
close.
see. I love this when you gotta wait. Sometimes though, I
The
go on my
bigger the
phone
better.
whilst I'm waiting, and then like 10 minutes passes. I'm like, oh yeah,
You're like, oh yeah, I
that's what
was
I was
editing
doing.
something.
So really, what's taking me long? Oh, it did.
Oh,
Oh,
oh goodness. All right.
there's
So
look at
maybe
this though
not.
there.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay. I
Yeah, can
wonder
you
if
see
it
that there?
Yeah, I
It might have
wonder if
blocked it
that
out.
blocked it out. It might be
Hang
thinking it's
on.
too much like blood. I'm not
Hang on.
sure. Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh. A
that
little
was interesting how it
scarier.
did that. Yeah, very scary. Interesting
It's
though,
interesting that
because yeah, it's interesting that it blocked it out on the um yeah, the mask.
it
We'll have to look into
centralized
that.
where the drip was coming from.
Yeah.
Although it's coming out of your mouth, which I kind of hate, but also kind of love.
Yeah, yeah. But it's interesting. It's interesting to me.
Oh
I
yeah,
like this. I love like experimenting with the tools. But there's
yep.
one thing that I did want to show on here, and that is this new share to Firefly. So you
Okay.
can generate video straight from Photoshop now.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't have to like
So
save it out or anything.
yeah, in
Although you
fact, let
should
me.
save your work and be
Yeah,
organized
absolutely.
and color label your layers.
So generate. Yeah, yeah. Take that as a hint from me that you got to color your layers. Okay, so I'm going to click on the generate video with Firefly. Let's see if this opens. I do actually have it open as a here's what I made earlier. But we'll
Right.
see
Well,
what this
kind of
says.
cooking show before and after
Yeah,
moment here, but just in any case, in case it does come through.
let's have a
Do you have any
look.
other big shoots coming up in the coming month?
It's going to be a project, but I've not
No
finished
project.
the yeah, so I've not finished
Yeah.
the actual props for it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it's that would in theory work, but we're live and internet problems. Hence why I'm in a different place, everyone.
well, no one knows that. It's
No, that's true.
some
You can't
insider
see.
knowledge.
So if I head over to Adobe Firefly, so in theory it would bring open this page,
Hmm.
which is a generate video. I had a little bit of trouble with this image because one, it probably looks a little bit like blood, and two, it kind of looks like I'm implied nude down there. So I think that's why. Oh, here we go. Did it open?
It's
We'll
working in
let
the
that load
background.
a second. Yes, so this is what it does. So it opens it straight here. Oh, can't load the item.
And
Probably
it might be
because
because
of,
of what we were talking about. Yeah.
yes, exactly. So I ended up actually editing on a little tank top. But before I go into this part, I'm just going to go back to my board, which is here, and just show you some of the images that it generated on here. So obviously on board, you can do this straight into board. So I did a few of these straight onto board by, let me show you how I do
Like the
that.
hand coming in and painting you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So some of these are so fun.
Oh,
Like, can you
also
hear the
like you like
noise?
coming out of the backdrop. Oh, the no. Oh, I don't know if I like the
Yeah.
noise.
No, it was a bit strange.
No.
This one's so funny, like
But
so how
then
this
you
is how
also
I
kind of
did
accept it
this.
at the end too. You're like, oh well.
Oh, okay. So I just go ahead to generate video. Here's some that I've been doing earlier.
Oh, cool.
And if I click on first frame being that, um, and I know for a fact it's not going to do it because of, so I'm just going to zoom straight into my head. We're just going to go like this.
It's also cool that you're able to just use the eyedropper
Yes,
tool and then also able to crop with the eyedropper tool.
exactly. I've been really enjoying that. The only thing I do, and will tell everyone, if you are doing this, make sure that you get your aspect ratio because, like down here, sometimes I was creating it and then forgot to change the aspect ratio to obviously portrait.
Hmm.
And when you're creating, I know Firefly are doing or Adobe are using 0 credits until is it January now? They are extending it,
Yes,
which
so
is
now it's
great.
extended until I think January 14th, I think.
Yes. So if
Yeah.
you generate a video with Firefly here, it's 0 credits, as you can see. But if you do use the others, which I think this was, yeah, this one was via VO. Oh, does it, will it come up? Hang on. If I hover over, there you go.
Yeah,
Source
it's the little
VO.
Google in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously that one I generated and it was 250 credits. And then I thought, it's widescreen. So when you are generating video, make sure that you get the aspect ratio, which is just down here,
Right.
and change it to what you want. So I'm going to keep it square, I think.
By the way,
Um,
Oliver did not like the sound effects, and also Tim is saying
no,
somehow the sound is too wet.
it's too wet and it sounds a little bit too like a leaking roof or something.
Yep.
Hang on. Oh no, if it's too wet.
Oh,
I'm so
it somehow
shocked.
gets wetter as it continues. Yeah, you're probably upset by the sounds.
Yeah. So let's set that one going. So pretty much just eyedropper it, crop it wherever you want it. Um, and then yeah, so I've actually grouped these into the ones that so there's different obviously the AI integrations are here and I used a few of these just to try. I quite liked the Runway Gen 4 video. That is the one that I loved the most, and I'll tell you
Okay.
why in a minute. Um, So this one was all Google VO. VO? Yeah, so this happened quite a lot of times, and I think it's because of the content. But
Yeah.
I will show you, I'll give you a little sneak peek. I did do a few Firefly generated videos down here for my other work so that I knew that it would work.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so most of the AI integrated ones, they worked. So if I just click on this one here, some of them, so this one was Pika Tutu. And that didn't quite get. Is it 2.2?
No, I
2.2
know.
Pikachu?
I know. It's funny that we're like with Nano Banana and like Pika Tutu. Like, we all sound insane.
I know. And I always, because I'm English, I say nano banana. And
Uh
everyone's like, banana. It's
huh.
banana.
I like
So
both.
I'm like, yeah. So I just like to be the, yeah, posh English. Nano banana. Yeah, so that these didn't quite work for what I wanted. And you can see your prompts here. So I've just loaded that prompt. So I
Okay.
put red drips dripping from the head of the woman. I'm not very good with prompts. I'm really like matter of fact, like this is what I need. Whereas I have been using ChatGPT to help me. So I'll write a prompt and then I'll just say, "Can you help me rewrite this for
Yeah.
AI generated video?" And it does help, which I'll show you again because I do have done a few. The woman's face stays very still, and then obviously generate. That one was 125 credits, and obviously a bit of a waste of credits because it didn't quite work. But that's what it's for. It's for experimenting
To
with.
be fair, it says the woman stays very still.
Yeah,
So I
and I
guess it
think
did.
probably user fault there. That is my fault because I didn't. This is it. The prompt, yeah, makes all the difference. This one was a bit too creepy.
Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's like giving kind of snot a little bit. I don't like it.
It was just too much. I'm not going to show you them two because they're my favorites, but I'm just going to show you these ones. So I ended up doing the old 2017 version, and it did it
Hmm.
quite well. These was quite funny. So this was actually Firefly Adobe Video, which was funny because it wouldn't work on the new version, but it would work quite well on the old
Yeah,
version.
this for whatever reason
Um,
this must read as paint probably more than
yeah.
oh, indifferent.
I loved
Okay.
that one. That was my favorite
Yeah.
one because it just felt a little most natural.
Ooh.
Some of these are just a slightly too fake in a way. Like I wanted. Oh, that one was funny. Even a bit
You're
more of
like
that one.
irritated by it, but like, okay, it's
Like,
fine.
what's going on?
I like how only one of them
What's
has a
in-
hand that comes in and decides to plop. All the other ones are pretty good at just being able to
Yeah.
have it stand there. But the
Then
one
I
where it
actually.
just comes in and plops is hilarious.
So was it that this
Yes,
one?
that
That
one.
one was like.
Just
But yeah, so midway through editing this, I was like, I'm really interested to see what it would do if I like merge them together.
hmm.
So I just screenshotted the image as it was. I'd not retouched it at all at this point, but I've kept them
Okay.
on here just to show you what the thought process I was going through. So
Right.
I pretty much just picked up the original image and then the screenshotted image. So, sorry, the image of 2017, and then
Hmm.
the image that screenshot, and it did this. And I loved that bit, but then it just sort of, and I don't know what I was
Kind of just
expecting, but
faded. Right.
yeah, because I went on the generate video and put first frame and then last
Yeah.
frame. In fact, can I see?
I
I
feel like
don't
it's
know if you
probably a
can see.
lot for it to juggle between like the idea of
Yeah,
like merging your face. I guess it lines up your face, but
I think mostly I was interested just to see. I was like experiment, like, oh, what would it
yeah.
do? You know, just in out of interest.
And that's all part of it,
I
right?
exactly. So hang on, if I go back up here. I did a couple of versions just to obviously with the top on and floating head just to see what it would do because of
Right.
the potential restrictions of this. So some of these are obviously with the tank top, but this one was my favorite. Or these were actually by Runway Gen 4 video. So let's have a look, see what I actually put in. So make the paint appear to thick. You can tell already. I can tell that this is not. This is ChatGPT
Hmm.
reimagining my prompt. Make the
Right.
paint appear to thicken and then begin to flow downward in a short time lapse effect while the image is stays still. And it did this, which I loved. I was like, that is exactly kind of. I mean, it
Ooh.
was a bit too much
Yeah. It's a
red
little
paint.
doughy.
Yeah,
Um,
and then the first bit, I just loved how it
the
came. But I was
first
like,
bit's
okay, cool.
great. Yeah.
So I think I did the exact same prompt, maybe. Oh no, I did a bit of a different one. Make the paint appear to warm and melt, gradually softening and flowing downward in a slow, controlled motion without changing the subject or composition. And I do think it is the prompts that help with
Right.
this. Um, and I'm quite new to doing the image to video, so I need to figure
I mean,
out
everyone
more.
is, to be fair, you
Yeah,
know?
but I know there is experts out there. I know Siobhan and James are great at prompting.
You hear that
But
shout
yeah,
out?
yeah. So yeah, this one I just loved. I loved how my eyes stayed open and then the closed. It felt more realistic. It felt like it could have been in the studio. It doesn't quite look like me after, but I still enjoyed it. So I then ended up
Right.
creating it into um yeah, I sharpened the image a little bit because it was slightly, I don't think on the Gen 4 one you can create it in either 4K or 1080p.
Okay.
So it was slightly low res. So I ended up just sharpening it a little bit, adding a bit of contrast. But I quite liked that feel. It felt a bit more fake again, like I was saying earlier. It just felt a bit more like plasticky.
Oh, this is
Um,
great.
yeah,
I
so I
like
ended
the
up just
boomerang of it.
reversing it a bit just to see,
Yeah.
and I loved the motion of it.
Yeah, especially how it like contours around your nose is really neat.
Yeah, and over the eyelid, I thought like you can see the eyelid there, and then
Yeah, cool
yeah, I
though.
thought it
Oh, the
was
way they are
interesting.
creative says far too kind, only because we do it all day, every day.
I need to
So they're
start doing it
here
all
and
day,
they
every
hear you
day.
and they appreciate the shout out.
Right, so that was pretty much where I ended up at the end of this edit, and I found that
Yeah.
um I was a bit torn between which one I preferred, and I always do this with my work. I'm like, oh, which one do I like the best, I suppose. I
Yeah.
think both of these I like them. I like them for different reasons because I have different memories, and I also, again, I always promote this practical effects because I find that you have such a good time doing it and shooting it and creating with my hands. That's what I do, obviously, with the my prop making and everything. Because obviously, all of these props that I make for my the color project are by hand. Everything's practical. So I created the big giant phone,
Wait,
and
you
obviously the
created the
big.
phone?
Yeah, that's actually real. I sat on the phone.
Wow, that's so
Yeah, so I
impressive.
like to create practically and then Photoshop after
Yeah.
because it feels like I'm immersed in the artwork in that
Yep.
way. Um,
It seems very similar kind of also to the way that you're working with AI too, and the idea that
yeah,
you're approaching it practically and then also just
practically.
taking
Because
another step.
yeah, I mean I love like AI. I really enjoy working with it because of the way that I can create with. I don't necessarily take it too wild. I kind of just push it to what I want it to and experimenting with
Yep.
it in that way because I know that well I thought this was actually brilliant how it actually looks like me still
Yeah.
because before sometimes it's not it's completely changed my appearance. In fact, we've got some time, so I'm going to actually show you what I've been up to today because I was creating some images with my other artworks. This is hilarious. I love how that's like that. It's, hang on, if I go back
Looks
to
like
the
you're
beginning.
about to sneeze.
So these are actually made with, so if I go back to this, they're actually made with this, the Firefly, yeah,
Hmm.
1080p vertical, um, and I put in animate the colourful face doodle so they lift off the skin one by one and float around the subject, gently dancing in the air while the face and background stay completely still. And it created this, which I don't know, the illustrations are a little bit too, I kind of wanted it to look like the illustrations on my
We're
face
coming off the
jumping out.
face, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I enjoyed experimenting with this. And then this one was funny. But I was very like, oh, this one, this actually has what's it, audio, yeah. So let me just show you what I put.
I'm going to show you how to make a sweater.
Oh, the consistency of like the texturing on the sweater though is it's actually very impressive
Yeah,
there.
the face it didn't quite get,
Yeah.
but I think as well, when I'm creating these, I'm not seriously thinking, oh, this is a finished piece of art. It's more for like how like I see this and view it as creative process of my brain, like what it can spark in my brain, and ideas. So I quite enjoyed this.
I'm knitting a jumper. It's a very long jumper.
Thanks.
You have so much sass in this like persona
I
of
know.
yours. It's like
So yeah, that was from this series here. So these are all. This was a series that I created out of this big long jumper, and then these actually the knitting needles are AI generated,
yeah.
which were obviously popped in after. This is an image that actually, in fact, I think I created in 2020.
It's
This
your love
the
for
vid
Nano Banana.
Yeah, it should have I should have created this now. It didn't quite get this image. I think the prompt wasn't great.
Mm.
But I just found it hilarious. I was just like rocking around on this
Yeah, it is
bananas.
getting rocked by these bananas.
And it adds sort of motion to the grass and gentle rise and fall, breathing movement in the bananas. While the person stays still, creating a calm daydream effect. So I suppose it did match that. So I
Well, it
ended
actually
up,
puts us at about time.
okay,
Um, but
amazing.
these are all very beautiful. Can't wait to
Yeah,
see where you go next with them.
I'll just play
Thank you
these
so
ones.
much. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for walking us through your whole process
No, that's all
from
right. Thank you for
Photoshop
having me.
and hopping into
And I
Firefly.
apologize for turning the volume down on you.
No one even remembers. It's great.
I did. I'll be thinking
Uh,
about that all day.
but thank you to everybody
Thank
in chat
you.
for saying hello. Make sure you guys stick around. Coming up next, we have Office Hours with Andrew Hockrodel and Nick Longo, followed by some content on Twitch today. So thanks again. Stay tuned here, and we'll talk to y'all real soon.
Thank you. Thanks, Ryan, for having me.
Bye.